for Donnybrook Hospital, and the idea behind it was one of my clients. I work 1 day a week in Donnybrook Hospital in the occupational therapy department, and one of my clients, Paddy Sullivan, he was quite ill at the time, and he was dreaming of when he was back in his youth, out picking turf on the bog in the Dublin mountains, and I thought it was such a beautiful image. But you know, he was too unwell to get to the mountains, but he said if only he could see that view again. So I kind of thought, oh God, like there's a wonderful idea to make a view for the clients, that they'll be able to see a wonderful vast view of Leinster, looking towards the sea from the highest mountain. I do a bit of hill walking, and Lug was the first one that I had climbed, and I was blown away by the view. So the two kind of happened simultaneously, and Paddy wondering about this or dreaming about this view from his youth, and then I climbing the mountain and thinking, wow, you've got to see this, and you've got to see it on canvas. So so that was where the idea stemmed from. And then I suppose, as you work a painting, it develops more. I knew I wanted to put some people into the landscape as well, and a dog, and just kind of the idea of the man and the mountain and the dog as well. I think the dog being the man's best friend is always kind of foremost to my thinking. I asked one of the clients at the hospital what they'd do if they were top lug, and he said he'd wave. So, which he did wave, he promptly waved for me. So I just got a photograph, and that's down. I know Colm O'Brien from the Arts Committee in Donnybrook Hospital, and Colm does tireless work with the collection, working with the collection and making sure it's looked after and that it's hung. He's also, he told me he had started life in theatre. So I thought, oh, he's so theatrical, with the coat and the lovely scarf, and just, he's still in progress here, but he's the hair as well. So I just thought it's a lovely scene of looking over, the man looking over the view of the mountain and the degrees. So really Turlough is here, and Croghan Moira is here. So you'd have to look around, you'd have to move your head around to see it, but I flattened it, just because I wanted to have all the areas of detail. The Sugarloaf has to go in here, this is Scar, and this is Jouse over here. I did a lot of climbing research before I began, because it's one thing having the vision, but I wanted to have the information. I wanted to know which mountains were higher than other mountains, and I wanted it, even though it's an artist's impression, I wanted it to be as accurate as possible. Did you do any drawings on site? Very little. The only drawing I did on site was this little one, because it's so cold on top of Lug, and this was just really a colour reference. So I had my colour studies, which are always really important. No matter what work I do, the colour is really important to me, that I get it as accurate. I want it to look like what I saw. So then I had the photographs, and I put the photographs together from the top of Lug. I took a panoramic shot. So this was my kind of rough guide to that. And what's the big difference between working, you've done an awful lot of work in miniature, and now you're working on this huge scale piece? The biggest difference, I know, is you have to make a lot more paint. You've got to remember then, because it's very easy to forget what colour you mixed, and then if you go back to it, if the colour changes, then everything changes, and you've got to kind of repaint the painting from the beginning. Very exciting to work this size. It's a challenge, and I suppose painting from the top of Lug was a challenge. But there's beautiful challenges to painting something that size. And what kind of time frame do you think it's going to take eventually? Well, it's going to take another month at least. I'm already working on it, I think 2 years. So, but that's not constantly working on it. That's letting the pot simmer. I find I'll let it sit there till I know what to do with it, and then something will come to me, like maybe I need to darken an area or lighten an area, and the committee have been very good and patient, thank God.